Bonjour. Hi everyone. This is Madame Torres, your French 1 and 2 teacher. So I am creating this video to help you figure out what it is exactly you need to get done in the next few days. Your final assignments are due no later than the 15th. If you were registered for this class much later in the semester, then we're going to do things a little bit differently, and I'll let you know about that in a private message. But still, please watch this, because if you feel comfortable enough with the material, then I want you to work through it too. So as you can see, I have your course open, your French 1 course. And normally by this time, you should have completed everything up until Unit 3 through Unit 13. So Unit 13 would be done. This week we have Unit 14 and 17, and then 18 is your final. I've cut out 15 and 16 because we're going to address those topics more next semester anyways. So rather than overwhelm you with a lot of work to try and catch up on, we're going to work on those next semester. Next semester is going to be easier because we'll all be together from the beginning. I will be here too, and we'll be able to do a couple of lessons every week together as a class in the same pace. So if you have some time this week and you've already worked through up until lesson 13, then I want you to start doing this week. If you need to use the rest of this week to finish up and catch up through Unit 13, then do that. But starting on Monday and Tuesday, I expect you to finish all of Unit 14. So when I look at Unit 14, it might look like a lot at first, but honestly, you've got this. You have the vocabulary lists. I have them posted on the home page. So in case you don't know, your class announcements are right here. Every week I will post, and just like this video, I'm posting it right here. I'm also emailing this video to you to make sure that you are aware of it. But your class announcements are here, and every week I'll post what needs to be done. So as you scroll down, you'll see Unit 11, 12, and 13 vocabulary here. Further down, I've posted 7 and 8 here. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So I've posted your vocabulary lists. These are also available in the content though. So when you go into your course, and let's say I just go to the beginning of Unit 14, let's see here. Here's the vocabulary, and I can print it. And it's the exact same list that I'm uploading for you. So you don't even have to wait for me to send it to you or upload it every week if you wanted to work ahead. I literally just clicked that print button from your course, and there you go, all the vocabulary. Of course, the best is to click and listen to how each of these is pronounced. So going into Semester 1, Unit 14, that's due Monday and Tuesday, I want you to go through the vocabulary. These are all practice matching, fun stuff, okay? Just to get you more familiar with the vocabulary. The more you see a word throughout a given period of time, like a long period of time, then the more you'll absorb it. Don't try to memorize all of this in one day. They say that when you're learning a new language, it's better to revisit the same word once for 5 days than 5 times in one day. So that's something to think about as we go into next semester. As far as like trying to keep on pace with what you're learning rather than trying to learn it all at once. So you'll do a couple of these lessons. Lesson 2 as well. You're learning this verb aller. It's super, super important verb. That's why I'm keeping this lesson in here, and a couple of practice things for you to complete. And then lesson 4 is some more practice. Okay. The Unit 4 test is going to be about the vocabulary and this verb aller. That's it. That's what you have to know for Unit 4 test. There's no speaking or writing that I'm asking you to complete for this. Just the multiple choice on the vocabulary and grammar. Please, please, please take your time to learn how to use this verb aller, to go. You use it all the time. Anytime you're saying you're going somewhere, you use it, which you probably say it all the time, you don't even realize, right? Then you'll see 15 and 16 here, there's nothing. That's because they're empty. Right? We're not doing those. You're going to go to Unit 17 on Wednesday or before if you have time, and you'll go through and learn about this word il y a, which means there is or there are. It's a very important one as well. We use it so much in French. I can't tell you how many times I've heard it being used here. So I want you to know it. I want you to be familiar with it. Il y a. So go through those lessons. Here you have 4 of them, and then you'll have the final. So in the final, you'll see you have semester 1 final grammar and vocabulary. You have a writing portion for it, and then you have a listening and reading comprehension portion for it. The reason why I'm showing you what you have to complete through the content is because I believe when you go to grades, it'll look a little bit different, and it lists everything. So if I scroll down to the final, for example, it shows writing part 1, writing part 2, speaking part 1, speaking part 2. We're not doing all of those. We're just doing one of each of those. It also shows you everything that's in Unit 17 that we're not doing. So as you go through your gradebook, you might see some spots, like maybe further up, where there's no grade, right? And you didn't complete that assessment. That's because I removed it from being done. There are quite a few, for example, I remember in Unit 12, we're not doing these 3 here, so you won't have grades for those, okay? What I will do next week is, as you're progressing through and finishing up stuff, I will be putting in 50% for anything that's missing. So you won't have a dash. If it's something that needs to be graded, that is graded by me, that you have to turn in, it will not have a dash here anymore. It will have a letter grade. And that's how you know it's something that you needed to complete. If you've completed it already, then it'll have an A through D, probably, one of those. If it's something that you failed to complete, that was passed over and you didn't get a chance to finish it yet, then it will probably say an F there. No matter what, you can redo these assignments. You can go into your content and fix them and redo them. And I want you to. Okay, I want you to redo them. I want you to practice it. It's just another way for you to practice what you're learning even more and get better at it and bring your grade up at the same time. So that is what we're doing next week. Monday and Tuesday, you want to finish Unit 14. Wednesday, I want you to finish Unit 17, working through those lessons, and then reviewing and studying. Thursday, we're going to have the live lesson for 1 hour. I understand if you can't make it for the whole hour or if you have a class at the same time, but it will be for an hour because it's going to be a final review for your exam, for your semester exam. And I'm just going to be basically going through it and saying, this is everything you need to know. I'm not going to be there to teach you everything for the first time. So it's going to be important that you go through the material. Have your notes with you when you come to class. Have your vocabulary lists. Take some time to study a little bit before you come to class. So it's more of a review, right? It's a review, not a lesson. And again, that's on Thursday. So if you have any questions and you need any help with anything, you can call me, you can text me, you can email me. I'm here to help you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, week. Good luck finishing all your exams this week and finishing up your courses next week. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Okay? Au revoir.